If you're a livestock farmer, then my question to you is, what is your mortality rate? Whether you're doing goat, sheep, pigs, or even cows, when they give birth, how many of those kids survived last year? How many of those kids have been surviving this year? And that is why today we want to share our experience on how we've been preventing mortality rate here at the farm. So if this is something that you're interested in, then stay tuned, because I'm going to dive into it, focusing mostly on goats and how you can get best offspring throughout the year in your farm. Thank you for choosing to stay to watch this video. As I said, today we're going to be talking about breeding. And before I can go in and talk about any kind of breeding, I know that most of us, when we are ready to start our farm, we just have no option than to go to the market and buy our female and male goats. The first thing you want to do once you bring them in is to separate the male from all the females, and give yourself up to 5 months to see any goat that is pregnant should deliver by the end of 5 months. At the end of the 5 months, if the females have not given birth, then now you ask yourself, when do I want these goats to start breeding? And that brings us to the topic of today, the reason why you shouldn't breed your goats in the rainy season. So here we only breed our goats to deliver in the dry season and not the rainy season, right? And the reason why we don't choose the rainy season, point number one, is coldness, right? So goats don't like cold. If you are a goat farmer, then you know that coldness brings pneumonia, right? So imagine a baby that is born and it doesn't have immunity to all the disease and everything around. It's already very weak, right? So if you're giving birth to that goat in the rainy season where it's raining day and night and there is no sun, that baby stands the risk of dying very sooner than later, right? So you want to prevent your baby goat from getting pneumonia when it's in the rainy season. Number two is virus and bacterial worms. In the rainy season, everywhere is basically muddy, and therefore it breeds a lot of worms. Even at their grazing yard where you have grass and feed available, there are still worms under, right? So you are exposing them. The mom is weak, he's gone through labor. The baby is weak, he just gave birth, so you can vaccinate them for the next maybe 1 month. So they are exposed to all these worms that can kill them. And worms are the most deadliest thing that kills goats all time, right? So you want to prevent them from that. If they give birth in the dry season, it's much drier, and therefore there is lesser worms, especially in the afternoons. They get heat and therefore they're able to be more active. The third reason that I'll share with you guys is foot rot. When your fence or your pen is not well managed and it's muddy, it generates foot rot. Again, you're talking about a weak mom, you're talking about a weak kid that just got burnt. You don't want them to have foot rot and mouth rot at the same time. Treating them is going to be very difficult, and especially when they are baby, you are not able to treat that baby because they are not ready for any injection or medications, right? So these three reasons are the reasons why we do not choose to breed our goats in the rainy season. Therefore, the question you probably will be asking me is, Fred, then how do we make sure that the goat delivers in the dry season? Before I go in there, if you're enjoying this video, then please like this video to tell YouTube that this video is enjoyed by so many people, so that I can also share it with other people as well. So now let's come to the question, how do you get your goats into giving birth in the dry season? And that's just simple math. So you need to be able to target the dry season in your country, in your state, wherever that you are, right? So for example, in Ghana, the dry season is from December all the way March, April, May, you start having rains. So if I'm a farmer, I want to target having my babies from December, January, February. I will even do this 3 months. And that's why in the beginning of this video, I already told you that we are in the breeding season, meaning we are crossing all our goats. So where I'm standing now, these are pregnant goats, and these goats are going to give birth in December. The next pen next to me are breeding goats. So we've introduced all these goats to males, right? So they are crossing them now. We are in September, right? So we're looking at October, November, December, January, February, all those goats are going to give birth, right? Then we'll start another cycle again, and we will target between the major and rainy season. We have a little bit of dryness. We will target that month, which is mostly in August, right? And then we'll hope that by the next stage of crossing, they will give birth around in August as well. So that's the breeding program we're using here. If you're in East Africa, then it's different for you. I know Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, we are sort of in the same climate with our raining and drying season, right? So you want to plan as a farmer, and that's why it's very important for you to do natural synchronization and breed all of them together so that you get all these birds in the dry season instead of in the rainy season. This will help you a lot as a farmer to prepare better, and also to be able to reduce your mortality rate at your farm as well. I hope this video is helpful. If it is, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to this channel. Let us know in the comment section your experience and what you're also doing at your farm. This is what we're doing. We want to share that experience and knowledge with you guys so that if you're a new farmer, you can plan better and have more return on your investment. I'll see you next time in the next video.